Hello and welcome again. Last we left off, our dear friend Rook was, well, parting ways rather harshly. And by that I mean, the person who had sicked his goons on us, we convinced one of his men to join us, and we just stole all of his stuff, and we're about to run away. I believe the insert needs to be bloody pirates. Alrighty, so let's get a move on. Outside the walls, things are a mess. Dredge are everywhere. Fortunately, they're going around the hill on which Frostvellr sits, heading south, and show little interest in falling as you cross into the wastes. You're finally free of Frostvellr, but find yourself facing new problems. You hope that whoever Iver knows at Wyrmtoe is willing to help. Oh, yay. The wastes, which are looking like they are... oh. A cold desert. Now, we'll go for a little bit at least. And then I'll need to rest anyway to heal up some people. A scout returns with a nearly frozen child. I almost stepped on her in the snow. Looks like she must have been running from something, he says. Patches of blue mottle her pale skin, but her chest rises and falls ever so slightly. Even just carrying her along could kill her in a state like this, says a woman. We could be in danger here, points out another. You know what? I need to rest anyway. As the caravan's tents rise, a fire is built beside the girl who is covered in furs and ointments. Progress is slow, but soon you see the girl alive enough to swallow water and some heated broth. When you wake the next day, a healer tells you the girl should be fine in time. Yes, we should. We should rest. That's the whole reason why I was hoping to rest was, yes, morale has become poor. I know this. Let's go talk to... Logan. Hogan. Just take it easy for a while. People are noticing. Oh, they've noticed, have they? We're on the edge of dying daily, and you want me to take it easy? Gods, I should be plowing twice as many fields. You understand? Don't get us thrown out of this caravan, Logan. It's not just you who suffers. Right, so you get married, have kids, now I'm supposed to settle down too? Yeah? What happened to the two brothers' clam as you approach? That's right, I've got a kid to take care of. Cool your head, Logan. Hogan departs, leaving Logan looking awkward. Rook, what brings you around? Just heard yelling, came to check it out. You come running every time you hear yelling. Must be why you look so tired. It's not secret. I like women, Rook. They like me. They like the scar. Forget it. Listen, in all this death, every night half caravan cries itself to sleep. Pathetic. Be honest, this is good living. Half the world just tilling soil till they keel over. What kind of life is that? We're lucky. You could go your whole life with no goals, no purpose, nothing to fight against but boredom and hunger. I'm glad for all of this. I can kind of understand. I can understand what he's saying. I mean, there's a lot of people nowadays who are talking about how, oh, you could just be doing all this work. I get what you're saying, but that's it. We're fighting to the death almost every day, yeah? You can curl up in a little ball of fear. You can go hide in the woods eating nuts and appreciate leaves or some nonsense. Or you can enjoy the struggle. Know which one I pick? Anyway, just so you know, I'd never go for a let, promise you that. Or Oddleaf, all yours. You depart. Not sure if your opinion of him is increased or decreased. Rest, I think one more night is what I needed. I need one more day. One more day for Iver to be up and running at best. Alrighty. Let's get a move on then. Caravan is buzzing with worry. In the distance, someone has spotted large numbers of dark figures following you. The Dredge, cries one woman, but something about it tells you they don't look quite like Dredge. Gods be damned, chokes Onef, standing on one of the carts to get a better view. Worse than Dredge, that's Echo. The news spreads throughout the clansmen like wildfire. Ekkel, why would he, starts Oddleaf. Unless he's after you, Onif. He's insane, interjects Onif, and unpredictable. That's a good number of fighters with him. Your mind races considering what to do. He's not gonna listen to peacefulness. Most likely. I could dig in for a fight, or I could lead a charge. Or I could take the safe route and just say, screw you, I'm running. You know what? I was told to take the more gutsy way. Lead the charge. You gather Onif, your allies and fighters, and head out into the wastes, weapons drawn, where the caravan won't be involved. Rook, my good friend, he says as you approach, throwing his axe on the ground. We come to parley, not to fight. Parley? Why would I believe a word you say, yeah? We were good friends? You tried to kill us. Just go back to Frostvellr and leave us alone. Ah, Rook, it's your pretty girl. I'm glad nothing happened to her. With the dredge, I mean. My friends, how can I forget everything you've done for me? Broke into my city, took my warriors, took my food, and then killed some people so you could take more food. That was a nice touch. Took one of my best men. How are you, Onif? Do they treat you well? Shout up your ass, Ekkel. If you came out here to kill me, let's get it over with. Nothing like that? You must think you know me. Or people like me. What did Onif tell you? I'm crazy. I haven't survived because I'm crazy. I did what had to be done to make it in Frostvellr. The only mistake I made was you. What kind of man are you, Rook? You look like an average man to me. A man worried about his daughter, maybe. Just making his way. But then look behind you. How many people is that? They follow you, fight for you. Why? What kind of man are you? Ugh. I'm nobody special. Oh, but you are special. You think everyone was born to lead? Make hard decisions? Who do these people think you are? You saved them. You're a hero. Maybe that's more important than who you really are. What's your point, Ekkel? I'm your prisoner, Rook. Bind my hands. Frostvellr is done. I can't survive there thanks to you, my good friends. You may not have cut my throat, but you sentence us to death. Ooh. I don't believe that's who you are. Is this some kind of apology? You can't trust me. I know that. Take me and my men as prisoners, if that's what it takes. Ekkel looks down on the ground, and the words come slowly to him. I'm not above begging. Oh, wow! Onif, I'd be a hypocrite if I told you to leave them. I don't know, Rook. You don't know me. How could you trust my word any more than his? I'm behind whatever decision you make. Oh! Why? Why do you give me these choices? I'm very tempted to just let him join me on strict terms. Having extra men is always good. And if I have extra mouths to feed, I might as well put them to work. Ah, gods be damned. We need fighters. You fight the dredge just like the rest of us. You fight for everyone now, not just yourselves. And if you even look the wrong way at a single man, woman, or child in this caravan, there will be no hesitation about killing you on the spot. You do us a greater honor than I had hoped, Rook. These people are right to follow you. You'll have no trouble from us. I may be reckless, but I pay my debts. Caravan eyes them suspiciously, but they try to fit in, following your orders. You expect to hear complaints about this. Things are definitely becoming complicated. You know, if I'm gonna have the extra fighters, I might as well have them put to work, rather than just be circling ravens. I don't like that. I really don't like that. You find a surprising number of people camped out at the Godstone. They've been here quite a while, ever since the sun stopped. Apparently they think Radomir, the sun god, has come back, and they're worshipping him despite the bleak environment. They welcome the caravan, mingling and swapping stories with the others while you rest. They have almost nothing of value to trade, but their leader approaches and offers you, to let you join in their tribute. Ask what the tribute involves. Golden Fury, one says, showing you a golden liquid in the silver bowl. He places some on his chest, which almost sounds like it's sizzling, and explains through clenched teeth, it's a gift from the sun god, an oil that burns like the sun and lets them see things clearly. I'll decline, but I do want to expect that. Nobody can really agree on what Radomir looked like, as fond as he was of his own isolation. He never directly contacted humanity. Most think he was a serpent that lived in the sun, and it's not uncommon to hear speak of seeing the tail of a great creature slipping through the thin clouds on a sunny day. Radomir was always one of the lucky gods, the kind who people thanked for good weather, healthy livestock, and a good harvest. Despite all that, the biggest mystery has always been how his godstone came to be found at the bottom of a dried-out lake. After some rest, you continue on. The sun god worshippers are keen to stay, so you pack your things and return to the road. I am fine with that. I am perfectly fine with them just, chilling. I don't feel the need to join the crazies. I'm crazy enough as it is. But that worries me. They have little hints like this all over, and that is never a good sign. Morale has declined again. I might need a rest. Several people have noticed black vultures circling. Yeah, thank you. Taking advantage of the light snowfall. They pose no threat, but they have a visible impact on the mood of your clansmen. The next time you look back, Oddleaf is firing arrows into the air, which nearly tag the birds once or twice. Get lost! No dead down here! She shouts to no one in particular. What are you doing? What does it look like, Rook? Target practice! She fires another arrow, and a vulture shudders and falls out of the sky with a blue-feathered arrow protruding from it. She recovers the bird, laughing, inspecting its feathers. Says Oddlife, scanning the caravan, a lot of these women, they could do this. You can tell from the look in her eyes she's excited about the idea. I think I'm going to start training them how to fight, she says. I encourage that. We can always use more fighters, you tell Oddlife. If Alette is any proof, you know how to train someone with a bow. Oddlife gives you a smile. She heads off to some of the women in the caravan, showing them the vulture she shot down. God, how high is that she was able to hit that? Morale's declined again. I'm going to rest for a couple days to bring that back up, because it's already slipped into low morale, weak morale. Problem is I don't know how far out I am. So at the very least, 1 day more. Keep us in good morale for another day. A gaunt man and a woman approach the caravan, hands held high. A word, friends, the man says. We are poor farmers, down on our luck. The woman hits him and says, we're outlaws, plain and simple. 10 of us, and we'll help you in a fight for some food up front. What are your crimes? Misunderstandings, the man says. Mead houses are confusing. Never know when you've drank your share. The woman hits him again and says, we've stolen, killed a few when we had to, skills that might benefit you out here. Join us, but you'll be watched. The two quickly shuffle to a supply wagon as 8 more bandits emerge from the wilderness. They gorge themselves on salted fish and cheese, taking time to thank everyone. After eating, they politely keep to themselves. I'm hoping that doesn't bite me in the ass. Morale is declined. How many days out in the wastes? Some clansmen have discovered a large patch of wild fruit. When you approach, you see some people have begun to sample them. A mother frets about whether they're safe after overhearing one of the children say it tastes funny. Others start gathering by the basketful. Offer a piece to one of the animals. Lacking a poison taster, you hold out the fruit to a goat. The beast sniffs it before eating the entire fruit. Only the pit falls to the ground as the goat licks its mouth and leans toward your hand, wanting more. Take a bite myself. Sever watches you taste the fruit. You pause after swallowing and feign choking. Alette rushes to your side in a panic, but your laughter soothes everyone's concern. Soon, everyone is a little tipsy from the fermented fruits, and spirits are high. Well, that's the type of stuff we need.
Wyrmtoe was never the kind of place
someone could build a town. Fittingly, the Varl live here aren't known for welcoming visitors with open arms.
Known for welcoming visitors with open
I wonder,
arms.
is there supposed to be a voiceover for that? Because usually stuff like that, they have someone reading it, not just me. The Varl find you before you see them. No, not surprising with this many people behind you. With weapons drawn, they demand to know why you're here, but back down when Iver tells them he's come to see someone named Rumer. Well, I'll be damned. Holy. That guy looks like he's about it. Is that the guy that Ubin was talking about? Rumer, it's been a long time. Yeah, it has. So it brings Ingvar to Wyrmtoe with his very own village of humans. Bad news. Dredger coming down from the north. We barely made it this far. That is dire news. Come on, we have food. We'll discuss more in the mead house. As you follow the old Varl into their meager town, you catch him quietly saying, "If it were anyone else." Oh boy, lucky us. I've talked with the warriors here. I'll be honest with you. Half want to go north and find out what happened at Blotzbacher. Some think we should go to Grofheim instead. None of them are happy you're here. What do you think? If I had it my way, I'd stay here and let the dredge come. But you made this a problem, didn't you? We can't feed this many people for long, even if they don't eat much. This is a Varl town. Most of us take care of ourselves. You've got women, children. We could pitch in, make this place livable. It doesn't work like that. These Varl are here to get away from civilization, not make one. It's Rumer's call. It won't be long before Dredger here too. No, it won't. If there's one thing we should do, it's tell Jorundur what's going on. Who's Jorundur? Varl King. Well, as close to one as we have. Ingvar. Where do you find these people? Stay here and rest, but once yours are ready to go, we do. I'm going to see off those who want to head north. But I'll join you to Grofheim. More travel? No, we've already come so far. Stop the pouting, girlie. Even if Jorundur won't listen to a tired old Varl like me, I have a feeling they'll pay attention to your friend Ingvar here. They'll listen to Iver? Ha! He hasn't told you? Oh, of course he hasn't. Do what you need to, but don't be long. Huh. I wonder. What's your story? The horse score. Whoop. Shoes made from the hooves of horseborn have long been rumored to make one faster, if not cold-hearted. +1 move, plus 10% to dodge strength attacks. Warrior's Oath, a medallion worn around the neck of some Varl to remind themselves of their worth as warriors, +1 will. Serpent Earrings. Whether the earrings contain some subtle magic or not, those who believe tend to be a little more agile than before, +10 dodge strength attacks. Narwhal Horn. When an army of weaponless Varl are ambushed on a frozen lake, the god Mark was said to have provided their salvation, +1 to breaking their armor. And then the Lightning Runestone, small stone with a curious carving that conjures images of furious lightning storms. +10% ×2 strength damage, +1 draw to aggro. Now let's go talk to our dear friend here, or friend of Iver's. Rumer, can you spare a moment? Mostly no, but I'll try. I never had a moment to thank you for your hospitality. Consider it done then. Who is Ingvar? I'm not surprised he never told you. I'm just surprised he can stand being around anyone at all. Your friend was one of us long ago. I mean, the dredge-bashing type. He was called Ingvar then. And if you want to know why he changed his name, best ask him yourself. I'm too old to peddle and gossip. Yep. How did you get all these Varl to follow you? Respect, young one. After the Second Great War, wasn't much for me left to do, so I started training other Varl to fight. Got tired of that, made a place in Wyrmtoe. They still come calling, even with no wars to speak of. Seems like that might be changing, though, don't it? Any wisdom for fighting on fighting dredge depends on how much you know. They're all armor. Tap 'em hard enough, though, and it'll shatter. Line up a whole row of slag, and they'll explode on each other all the way down. I've already been seeing that. You get in a big brawl, half your time is spent setting them up for it. And if you see one bang his axe like a tuning fork, try to kill him quick. Sometimes the slag he's calling won't even show up. Also seen that already. Bet you have some incredible stories. I might. Or I could be the most boring varl you'll ever meet. Depends on how much you like killing dredge. Ask me again someday. Might tell you about the time we filled a dead yox with whale teeth. And why. Huh. You know, if you could make the yox... If you had something that made the yox explode, I could see it as a gargantuan fragmentation grenade, but... I best leave it to your business. I suppose you should. Take care, friend of Iver. Huh. Well, I'll bite. I don't have anything else. Heroes. I haven't been in any fights recently, so no one's ready to be promoted. What are you? You are a war leader. Forge ahead. War leader uses his experience in battle to issue commands to allies, moving them next in line in the initiative. By repositioning his allies' turn order, the war leader can create new strategies, such as giving archers guerrilla tactics, triggering abilities earlier than usual, or slingshotting a powerful ally to the back lines. Yes, that is pretty amazing, actually. Command allies at any range. Jeez, definitely want to rank him up as soon as possible. And then we have Echo over here, the grudge wielder. The raider leaps to great heights before bringing down his axe on the enemy, causing all units adjacent to him to be knocked back, friend or foe. Affected units take normal strength damage plus 1 strength damage for each tile they are pushed. Wow. And he's got the passive shield wall. Forgot to check, what does Rumer have as a passive? Heavy impact, yep. Yup. Yours is Return the Favor, yep. I like Return the Favor. Return the Favor's pretty good. What are your stats at? 10, 11, 5, 1, and 1. Rumer is 11, 13, 4, 1, and 2. Yeah, he hits pretty hard. Not bad, not bad. So he'll be joining me. Well, let's rest a day and get moving. Grofheim's quite a few days out, says Rumer, but nothing worse than crossing the wastes, I imagine. If there's anywhere you might be safe from dredge, it's there. You steel yourself for another long march, and half the town of Wyrmtoe joins you. 62 varl! And more supplies. Though not a whole lot for a group this size. Ugh, morale's already declined. Up ahead, a scout shouts. Some giant hall, but it's empty. You approach the structure, but recognize none of the markings. The walls seem unsteady at best. Finally, sleeping beneath a roof, you overhear. Several families begin unpacking. Keep everyone back until you're certain it's safe. Several volunteers search the building with weapons drawn. Just as they are announcing it all clear, a varl leans against a support, which gives way, and a third of the structure crumbles. Luckily, no one was injured, but you leave the crumbling building behind. Yep. That's what I was afraid of. How much I want to bet had been sabotaged. Morale has declined. Ugh. A group of men with broad shoulders and thick cloaks approach the caravan. They might be outlaws you hear nearby, and the idea quickly ripples through the clansmen. One of the strangers approaches, saying, "We've run out of food. Any help would be welcome." His hard eyes reveal nothing of his motivations. How did you come to be here? The men get nervous and reveal sturdy weapons. You always step forward until the leader holds out a hand, saying loudly, "The last group to ask us questions tried to kill us. Tried. Let's keep this simple. Will you help us or not? Fight with us and earn your food." The men look surprised by your offer. In short order, they join the caravan and start sharing tales and drinks. Unfortunately, it is less than a day later that you discover they've vanished with a sizable portion of your supplies. Dang it! I was afraid of that. You haven't seen Alette for much of the day. When you do find her, she's returning to camp alone from a fair distance away, looking rather sullen. She keeps her eyes on the ground as you approach. Sit quietly beside her. "I feel like things are changing so quickly," she eventually confides. It's not just that. Everything is going so wrong. I've been talking to Echo a lot. This gets your attention. What has he been telling you? He told me how he and Onef are kin. Ekkel had a sister who married Onef, but she died a long time ago. They've been bound since, but then Onef left without him. Just left him behind without a word. That's why he came after us. I want to confirm this. Eventually you find Onef back at camp and relate the story. Is that what Ekkel told you? Replies Onef. Then he sighs. It's true about his sister. She died of fever when we were just married. Surprised he opened up like that. So I left him in Frostvellr, he continues. He'd be fine one day, ready to kill his own men the next. Sometimes he would. I'd make the same decision tomorrow. Let the issue drop. You feel certain Olette got the message. Instead of stirring up more trouble, you decide to let the issue drop and a tighter watch on Ekkel. I should have just fought them. Another Godstone? Oh my. The Godstone of Marek looms into view. Upon it carved a great ocean beast. Jagged stones jut out of the snow like shark fins. It's hard to imagine the Nordfelling wastes being filled with water at one time, but the Godstone stands as a reminder of the vast lake what used to look across. A blessing, shouts one of the men in your caravan, holding up what looks like a silver coin. It's a fish scale, he says, pointing out the rainbow pattern that shows in the sunlight. Soon a curious child has found another, hiding in the snow, and then a third is discovered. Perhaps they'll bring us luck, you over here, and before long the caravan has become obsessed with gathering the shining scales. Cut them off after a reasonable amount of time. When you awake to find people still searching through snow and shrubs, you call it off. We can't spend another day here, you tell them. Be glad for the luck you found, and let's go before it runs out. They fret and moan, but eventually you get them back on the trail. And morale has declined again. Ugh. And morale's right back down. Eesh, Oddleaf calls you over grinning. A row of women holding bows of differing age and experience line up before a row of trees in the distance. They fire, doing an impressive job of hitting the trunks. I think they're ready to fill some dredge with feathers. One woman still hasn't shot her arrow. She stands perfectly still. The others watch. Just as the wind shifts, she lets go, and her arrow flies not into one of the trees, but a snow rabbit that had scurried out from underneath. Dinner, she says, smiling. A group of men from the caravan approach. Listen here, says one. Practice all you want. My wife isn't fighting dredge. The other men agree in chorus. We don't want to see a battlefield full of dead wives and daughters. Encourage Oddleif to train even more archers. To be honest, said Oddleif, this was already harder than I expected. I don't know how many more would really take to it, but the more people who can hold their own, the better. The men continue to complain. The women return to camp, not just as clansmen, but fighters. Stop! Ahora's voice calls from somewhere in the front of you. The surrounding terrain comes alive with armed fighters surrounding the caravan. No need for bloodshed, the leader says. Leave a couple wagons and pretend you never even stopped here. Inform them of the coming dredge. I'm guessing you have no idea the dredge are on their way, you shout. If that's the case, friend, says the leader, we need those supplies more than ever. Without even a glance at his men, the attack begins. Well, I tried to be nice. I tried. But these guys want to be assholes. I like having Edgel here. Do I want to bring Rumer in? Let's go with this group. See how we do. What was that? Why is there always one guy way over there off on his own? You there. You here. Ooh, you can move. Break away their armor. And let's tenderize him a little bit. You're gonna shoot at him. You move to engage him. He's still under protection, so I'm going to have you rush by and go for the archer. And you're going to go to him. Try and predict where he's going to go. Ah, he went back instead. Oof. Oof. Jeez, they do not want him to be harmed in any way, shape, or form. Lower that guy's damage, because right now, yeah, that's much better. Only hitting me for 3 rather than more. Drop her. He moves and hits. And you're gonna go after his back. Ow. I hate that ability. Crap. He's gonna go around for Edgel, I just know it. Yep. Ugh. Let's drop this guy as quick as we can. Okay. Ow. And goodbye. Okay. Poor Egil. Iver is ready for promotion. Odd Life is ready for promotion. And poor Egil got injured. Sorry, man. Ugh. No. I think here's a good place to stop and rest for a minute. So I had my stuff stolen from me. Damn it. And sitting with low morale. And I still don't know how far out I am. Could be really far out, could be not that far at all. And Egil's down for 2 days. Well, let's go about promoting people first. I'm gonna say... Let's make it so you can bust some armor a little bit better. And Iver! Tank. Okay. So here's where we sit. On the road to Grofheim with Rumer, friend of Iver's, and now joined by Ekkel, of all people. Well, what other fun things await us, I wonder.